Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to our chemistry class. Today we are going to continue our topic on mass spectrometry part 4. Okay friends, today we will discuss the topic electron impact ionization technique. Okay, this electron impact ionization technique is also called as electron bombardment ionization technique. Okay, or electron ionization technique simply. Okay, so these are the three different names, and these should be remembered. Okay, see, electron impact or electron bombardment or electron ionization technique. Okay, see, the main function of this technique is okay, the gaseous sample is converted into molecular ion. Okay, so the main function of this technique is here the gaseous sample, okay, get converts to the molecular ions. Molecular ions can also be called as what? Yes, parent ions. Okay, next, see, in our previous class we have discussed hard ionization techniques and soft ionization techniques. Okay, this particular electron impact ionization technique comes under hard ionization techniques because okay, it will produce 70 electron volts. Okay, means here ionization potential, I think you have idea about ionization potential or ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. Okay, see, ionization energy is okay, the energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit is called ionization energy. Okay, means here just calculating the amount of energy which is required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit, that is ionization energy or ionization potential. Okay, so see, here this technique is called hard ionization technique because it will produce 70 electron volts. Okay, next, see, this is the general point friends. Okay, see, ionization potential of organic molecules or compounds are approximately 8 to 15 electron volts. Okay, this is a general point for organic molecules or the compounds. Okay, see, but in this technique, means in this electron impact technique, see here, see, in the name bombardment, means electron bombardment, means in this technique direct bombardment takes place. Okay, so due to this bombardment, okay, means here high energy, that is 70 electron volts. Okay, see, means usually for the organic molecules 8 to 15 electron volts, so ionization potential is approximately 8 to 15 electron volts. Okay, but in this technique direct bombardment takes place, and here the ionization potential required is very high. The high energy is required, that is 70 electron volts. Okay, as here the energy requirement is more, okay, fragmentation is also more, because already we discussed these points while discussing the differences between hard ionization techniques and soft ionization techniques. Okay, as here high energy is involved, so fragmentation is also high. Fragmentation high in the sense large number of fragment ions are formed from molecular ions or the parent ions. Okay, let us try to observe this. See, okay, this is a okay, think this is a normal molecule. Okay, so here the electron bombardment will occur, we know this. Okay, yeah, here two electrons get lost. I think you have idea about this because I have already clearly explained about this general method, okay, in my previous classes. Yes, see, okay, here see, here electron bombardment will occur. Okay, the electron which is bombarded on the molecule comes out. Along with that, the electron which is present in the molecule can also comes out. So totally here two electrons get lost. Okay, as one electron is getting lost from the molecule, this molecule will get positive charge. Okay, as only one electron is lost from this molecule, one electron remain left as usual. Okay, that single electron is represented in the form of radical. So this is radical cation. Okay, we know that okay, radical is highly unstable, no, so that it will undergo the fragmentation, and here the fragments are formed. Okay, these are the fragments. Okay, next, here the operating pressure is 10 power minus 6 to 10 power minus 5 torts. Okay, next, see, here the beam of electrons pass through gas phase sample, okay, and collides with neutral analyte molecule to produce positively charged ion or the fragment ion. See, just here the explanation about this. Okay, assume this as a sample, and this sample is in gaseous phase. Okay, and here the beam of electron, okay, here the beam of electron pass through this sample which is in gaseous phase. Okay, and it will collide with the neutral analyte molecule. Okay, analyte means which we require or which is present in the sample. Okay, so this means here the collision with neutral analyte molecule will occur, okay, to produce these positively charged ion or the fragment ion. Okay, next, see, these positive ions are collected in focusing plates and passed to mass analyzer. Okay, the positive ions or the fragment ions are collected in the focusing plates. Okay, so these were collected on the focusing plates and passed to the mass analyzer. Okay, this is the analyte, we know this is present in the sample, no, so this analyte, okay, from this the radical cations are formed. Okay, and finally, see, the positive ions are collected on the focusing plates and they are passed into this mass analyzer. Okay, next, see, here the operating pressure is already I discussed at this point, of course, that is 10 power minus 6 to 10 power minus 5 torrs. Okay friends, let us try to understand this. Okay, see, this is means see, this is the slit 1. Okay, slit 1, slit 2, slit 3. Okay, and this is the tungsten filament. So from this the beam of electrons will comes out. Okay, G is nothing but the grids. Okay, grid, G-R-I-D, grid. Okay, okay, here I have mentioned one positive charge. Okay, but here I have mentioned means 2 or 3. Okay, any like that we may mention. Okay, so this G plus indicates that this grid is positively charged. Okay, and this means here two positive charges are present. That means this grid is more positively charged or highly positively charged, like that. Okay, next, see, this is anode. Okay, this is anode, and this is slit 2 and this is slit 3. Okay, see, this is the ionization chamber. Okay, from here to here this is the ionization chamber. Okay, and here this is the acceleration chamber. Okay, acceleration chamber. Okay, now try to understand this. Okay, see, first, okay, this is the gaseous sample. Okay, means okay, here means if we take either solid or liquid, means we may take anything, but here they will get converts into the gaseous form, so that here the gaseous sample first enters into this. Okay, see, we know that here the tungsten filament is present, so from this the beam of electrons will get bombarded on this particular sample. Okay, already we discussed all the phenomenon. Okay, see, whenever the beam of electrons will bombard on this, that particular electron will come out. Okay, means of course here the two electrons will come out. So one is the bombarded electron and the second one is from the molecule. Okay, so that here two electrons will eject out. Okay, and here this is radical cation. Okay, here try to represent like two electrons, because here two electrons are ejected now. Okay, see, and this is radical cation. Okay, and this radical is highly unstable, so that here the fragmentation will occur. Okay, and these are the fragment ions. Okay, see, okay, for this phenomenon to occur, 10 power minus 6 to 10 power minus 5 torr pressure is required. Okay, next, okay, this is the ionization chamber, because here the ionization have happened. Okay, next, this is the slit 2. Okay, see, this is the slit 2. Okay, and next it will enter. Okay, see, let us observe this. This is the anode. Okay, anode means what? This is positively charged. Okay, so we know that positively charged means it will attract the negatively charged ones. Okay, so here this anode will attract the negatively charged ones. So here only the positively charged ones will enter into the next chamber. This is the acceleration chamber, because the negatively charged ones are already attracted by the positively charged anode, so that here only the positively charged ones enter into this acceleration chamber. Okay, see this. Okay, this is the grid 3, grid 4 and grid 5. Okay, here the first grid is positively charged. Okay, already. Okay, here the positively charged things are entered into this. Okay, we know that positively charged, and here the thing which enters into this acceleration chamber is also positively charged. So plus and plus will get repelled. Okay, repelled in this forward direction or the right direction, means right side, so that the here acceleration will occur, that is acceleration chamber. Okay, here the 8 kilovolts or the 8000 volts energy is required. Okay, and finally they will enter into the mass analyzer. Okay, hope you understood this. Okay, yeah, next see, the potential difference between grid 1 and grid 2 is 70 volts. Okay, the potential difference between these okay, grid 1 and grid 2 is 70 volts. Okay, next, electron beam imparts the kinetic energy of 70 electron volts. Okay, see this electron beam which is coming from the tungsten filament will impart the kinetic energy of almost 70 electron volts. Next, the potential difference between or from this see G3 to G5, G3, G4, G5. No? So from G3 to G5, the potential difference is up to 8 kilovolts or 8000 volts. Okay, hope you understood this, friends. Thank you.